6:30 p.m. in the council chambers at Village Hall of Tinley Park. Everyone, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, you please call the roll.
Trustee Brady?
Here.
Trustee Brennan?
Present.
Trustee Galante? Is absent. Trustee Mahoney?
Present.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee
here.
Sullivan?
Here.
President Glotz?
Present. Thank you. First, we have item number 1. I'd like to ask the board for a motion to consider approval of the agenda.
I'll make that motion. I'll second it.
Thank you. Any questions from the board? Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Roll call for item 1. Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Sorry about that.
Motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Item number 2, I'd like to ask the board for a motion to consider approval of the minutes of the regular village board meeting held on October 4th, 2022.
So moved. Second.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, you please call the roll.
Roll call for item 2. Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
That motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Next, we have item number 3, receive presentation at Tinley Park Business Spotlight, Creative Cakes and Gatto's Italian Restaurant and Bar, President Glotz and Clerk O'Connor. Clerk O'Connor, could you please go first?
Creative Cakes has been creating an unparalleled range of delectable and artfully customized desserts since 1989. Please join me in welcoming Becky Palermo, owner of Creative Cakes.
Hello, thank you so much for having me. Creative Cakes Bakery has been in business going on 33 years next month. We're very excited and honored to be part of this community. We are located right down the street from the Village Hall on Oak Park Avenue, just north of 167th Street in Rubino's Plaza, under the clock tower right next to Aquatica. Our hours are Tuesday through Saturday, 8 to 4, Sundays 10 to 2. We're closed on Mondays. And we specialize more in the dessert end of baked goods. So obviously cakes and wedding cakes are our main thing, but we also make delicious pastries, cookies, and cupcakes. All of these items are available in store for immediate walk-in purchase if you're having a smaller get-together. Larger orders, we do require 1 to 2 weeks' notice. If it's something that's going to be the centerpiece of your party, you know, we're going to need to know about it ahead of time. We make it very easy for you to place orders. We have a request a quote form on our website. It's really quick and easy to fill out. You can even attach reference pictures of ideas that you have. That goes directly to our cake consultants. They meet with our highly skilled decorators, and they come up with designs and a budget that fits your needs. We also make it easy for you to place orders that are simple, like happy birthday mom or congratulations, you know, on a quick party. 24 to 48 hours notice on our online store is required for that, or you can, again, just walk in the store and grab a cake or cupcakes, and we'll write on the cake for you, whatever you need. What else? We're known for our signature buttercream. It's a European-style buttercream. It's made with real butter. It's very light. It's not gritty. Our cakes are light. Our fillings are light. We're trying to satisfy the sweet tooth without being too overpowering. However, if you like something really sweet, we can do that. We don't say no to anything. And we have highly skilled cake decorators. They have competed nationally and have almost always won either first or second place. They have easily 10 to 15 years experience each. We're very proud of our staff. Our customer service is second to none. We've just got a great team. If you're looking for a cake that looks as good as it tastes, give us a try.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Becky.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bill, do you have any questions?
No, I'm fine.
Okay, thanks.
I actually did my wedding cake.
Did you?
Excellent.
That's awesome. Is anyone from Gatos here? No?
Just customers.
No. Next, we'll move on to item number 4, going to be read by Clerk Nancy O'Connor.
Consider a proclamation recognizing October 23rd to 31st, 2022 is Red Ribbon Week in the Village of Tinley Park.
I'll make that motion. Did
I'll
you want a
second.
motion?
Thank
Sure.
you. Yep.
Have a
Second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Okay. Consider a proclamation recognizing October 23rd to the 31st, 2022 is Red Ribbon Week in the Village of Tinley Park to be presented to U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration Public Information Officer Luis Agostini and Aaron Jenkins, Assistant Special Agent in Charge at the DEA Chicago Field Division. Okay, so whereas alcohol and drug abuse affect individuals, families, and communities across the nation, and whereas it is imperative that visible, unified efforts by community members be launched to prevent drug abuse, and whereas Red Ribbon Week will be celebrated in communities across the nation on October 23rd to the 31st, 2022, and whereas businesses, government, law enforcement, media, healthcare providers, religious institutions, schools, and other community-based organizations will demonstrate their commitment to a healthy, drug-free lifestyle by wearing red ribbons and participating in drug prevention activities. Now therefore be it proclaimed by the President, Clerk, and Board of Trustees of the Village of Tinley Park, Cook and Will Counties, Illinois, that Sunday, October 23rd through Monday, October 31st, 2022, be designated as Red Ribbon Week in the Village of Tinley Park. Approved this 18th day of October, 2022, signed by Michael W. Glotz, Village President, and myself, Nancy O'Connor, Village Clerk.
Thank you. Agent Jenkins, do you want to come up and we can give you the proclamation? Guys, you want to? Want to do it with the big camera?
Yeah.
Just real quick, good evening, everyone. Mayor Glotz and the Village of Tinley Park, I want to thank you and everyone for recognizing Red Ribbon Week. It's a program that's very dear and near to our hearts here in DEA. We want also looking forward to working with the team here in Tinley Park and our neighboring communities here in the future for a nice, safe, healthy, drug-free environment. Thank you again, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. We'll take a roll call for Agent Jenkins.
Roll call on item 4, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have item number 5. I'd like to ask the board for a motion to consider the following commission appointments for fiscal year 2023.
I'll make that motion. I'll second it.
Thank you. So I would like to ask the board to approve appointing to the Marketing Commission Maureen Dillon and Amanda Daly. Any questions?
Nice addition.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Good additions.
Maureen, would you like to say anything, or?
Thank you very much, I appreciate it.
Yeah, so I don't know, I'm sure most of, everyone knows who Maureen is. I think everyone knows Maureen. Thank you for volunteering between her daughter, lemonade stands, and everything else she does in the community. She is always volunteering for something. They raise a lot of money for charity, and everyone starts saving for next year's lemonade stand. Madam Clerk, you call the roll, please.
Roll call for item 5, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
The motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Next, we have item number 6. May I have a motion to consider approval of the following consent agenda items?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Thank you. The consent agenda items have been publicly posted and available for review according to the Illinois Open Meetings Act. Would anyone from the board like any of these items removed from the consent agenda tonight?
I think Bill may want to vote on the decorations separately, but,
No, this would be fine, just grouped together.
all right.
Madam Clerk, do you please call the roll for the consent agenda and trustee Brady's decorations?
Roll call for item 6, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Thank you. Items B, C, and D, and trustee Brady's item A pass. Item number 7. I'd like to ask the board for a motion to consider adopting ordinance 2022-0-079, amending Title 11, Chapter 112, Section 22, Class EV reduction.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Thank you. Due to a change in ownership, a reduction in the number of permitted Class EV liquor licenses is proposed for Fratello's Cafe and Deli located at 7101 West 183rd Street. This item was discussed at the Committee of the Whole meeting held prior to this meeting. Are there any comments from the board? Any comments from the public? Madam Clerk, you please call the roll for item 7.
Roll call for item 7, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
The motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Next, we have item 8. I'd like to ask the board for a motion to consider adopting ordinance 2022-0-080, amending Title 11, Chapter 112.22 of the Tinley Park Municipal Code, addition of one Class E liquor license for Fratello Cafe and Deli at 7101 West 183rd Street.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you, Dennis. The applicant, Sam Safar, is in the process of purchasing Fratello's Cafe and Deli located at 7101 West 183rd Street. In keeping with the business current operational model and licensing, the applicant is seeking a Class E sit-down dining beer and wine liquor license with the intent of subsequently pursuing a Class EV sit-down dining beer and wine video gaming license. This item was discussed at the Committee of the Whole held prior to this meeting. Are there any comments from the board? And just so the board's aware, before you vote, they already have a video gaming license, so this would be nothing new. It's just transferring to the, to Mr. Safar. Anyone from the public here to comment? Nope. Madam Clerk, you call the roll, please.
Roll call for item 8, Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
That motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Next, we have item number 9. Trustee Mueller.
I move we consider adopting ordinance 2022-0-081, granting a special use permit for planned unit development at the Tinley Park Shopping Center, 7061 to 7135 159th Street.
I'll second it. Thank you. Go ahead, Mike.
The petitioner seeks a special use permit for the Tinley Park Shopping Center planned unit development. The approval will retroactively place a PUD on the property located at 7061 to 7135 159th Street. The PUD includes exceptions to the zoning ordinance and allows for the redevelopment of the outlot building for a Chipotle Mexican grill with a pre-order pickup window. The Plan Commission held a public hearing on October 6, 2022, and voted 6-0 to recommend approval of this special use in accordance with the listed plans, recommended conditions, and findings of fact in the staff report. This ordinance is eligible for adoption tonight.
Thank you, Mike. Anyone from the board have any questions? Anyone from the public care to comment? Madam Clerk, you please call the roll for item 9.
Roll call for item 9. Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
That motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Next, we have item number 10. Trustee Mueller.
I move we consider adopting Resolution 2022-R-122, approving and accepting the Tinley Park Shopping Center final plat of subdivision at 7061 to 7135 159th Street.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Go ahead, Mike.
The petitioner has requested final plat approval for the Tinley Park Shopping Center subdivision associated with the proposed PUD and new Chipotle Mexican Grill outlot in 7061 to 7135 159th Street. The plat will include 3 lots and requested easements. The Plan Commission reviewed the final plat of subdivision on October 6, 2022, and voted 6-0 to recommend approval with the conditions as listed in the staff report. This resolution is eligible for adoption tonight.
Thank you, Mike. Anyone from the board have any questions for item 10? Anyone for the public have questions for item 10? Madam Clerk, you please call the roll.
Roll call for item 10. Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
That motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Next, we have item number 11. Trustee Brady.
Thank you. We'd like to have the board consider adopting Resolution 2022-R-123, authorizing a geographic information system consortium contracted by and between the Village of Tinley Park and the Municipal GIS Partners Incorporated. Get a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Go ahead, Bill.
The renewal agreement and statement of work with the GIS Consortium service provider Municipal GIS Partners is to provide geographic information system services to the village. The village has the right to terminate this agreement upon 90 days written notice to the service provider. The cost for the calendar year of 2023 period will be $224,480. Funds for this expenditure are budgeted not to exceed the amount of $234,402. The renewal term shall commence on January 1, 2023, and remain in effect until December 31st, 2023. In addition, a monthly usage reports are provided to the village board to confirm utilization of the GIS data by staff and the public. This resolution is eligible for adoption.
Thank you, Mr. Brady. Anyone from the board have any comments? Anyone from the public have any comments? Madam Clerk, you please call the roll for item 11.
Roll call for item 11. Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
The motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Next, we have item number 12. Trustee Mahoney.
Thank you. Please consider adopting Resolution 2022-R-124, approving a contract between the Village of Tinley Park and Morton Salt, Inc. for bulk salt purchase.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Thank you. Go ahead,
Thanks.
Dennis.
Consider awarding a contract to Morton Salt, Inc. in the amount of $74.37 per ton. This item was discussed at the Committee of the Whole meeting held previous to this meeting. This resolution is eligible for adoption.
Thank you. Any questions from the board? Any comments from the public? Madam Clerk, you please call the roll on item number 12.
Roll call for item 12, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Next, item 13 is trustee Mahoney.
Thank you. Please consider adopting Resolution 2022-R-126, approving a contract between the Village of Tinley Park and Beverly Snow and Ice, Inc. for parking lots snow removal.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Thank you. Go ahead, Dennis.
Thanks. Consider awarding a contract to Beverly Snow and Ice Incorporated in the amount not to exceed $512,590. Can vary based on frequency and the amount of snow and ice control required. This item was discussed at the Committee of the Whole meeting held previous to this meeting. This resolution is eligible for adoption.
Thank you, Dennis. Any comments from the board? Any questions from the public? Madam Clerk, you please call the roll for item number 13.
Roll call for item 13, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
That motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Next, we have item number 14, trustee Mahoney.
Thank you. Please consider adopting Resolution 2022-R-125, approving a contract between the Village of Tinley Park and Roy's and Near Trucking and Excavating for cul-de-sac snow removal.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Bill. Go ahead, Dennis.
Thanks. Consider awarding a contract to Roy's and Air Trucking and Excavating in the not-to-exceed amount of $225,000. Again, it can vary based on the frequency and amount of snow and ice control required. This item was discussed at the Committee of the Whole meeting held previous to this meeting. This resolution is eligible for adoption.
Thank you, Dennis. Any comments from the board? Any comments from the public? Yes, can you come to the microphone, please? This is for item 14? Yes, it is. Okay.
Good evening. My name is Angela Foster. I'm new to the community. But which cul-de-sacs are you all referencing in this item? Is that a
John.
question that I can pose today?
John? Yeah.
Throughout Tinley Park? Okay. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Anyone else care to comment? Madam Clerk, you call the roll for item 14, please.
Roll call for item 14, trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
That motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Next, we have item number 15, receive comments from staff. Anyone from the staff have any comments? Donna?
I do. A couple quick, brief comments. Last Saturday, we wrapped up our farmers market season, which, as you know, this was the first year that the village took responsibility for it. We ran it for every Saturday from June 4th through last Saturday. And this season, we had 48 vendors, which is an increase of 12 full-time vendors. And 10 of those vendors were completely new to the Tinley Park Farmers Market. So as you may recall, when I first presented this, our focus is on food, although we were going to be grandfathering all of our past participants. Our biggest challenge this year turned out to be finding farmers, because as you can imagine, with all the staff challenges that many of our businesses are having, our farmers are having the same challenges. But we did have a very successful event. It was truly a community event. We added family yoga twice a month, which on average about 20 people or so would show up. We had a Come Grow With Us booth that gave local organizations the ability to participate with us. We had the Morton Arboretum, Flat Can Recycling, Orland Grasslands, the University of Illinois District of Cook County's Conservation. And we were also able to partner with the Environmental Commission to participate with us a couple times this year. So overall, I would like to report that the feedback has been very positive. If you could indulge me for one quick second, we had a very thoughtful email from one of our farmers market vendors that I could just paraphrase for you. She said, "I just wanted to let you know my experience this year at the farmers market. I've been a vendor for more years for many years at festivals and markets across the United States. I've always enjoyed the Tinley Park customers. They're always friendly and happy that we are there. The first day, I was excited but apprehensive. I, along with every other vendor, was greeted with a smile, open arms, and ears. Wow, what a difference your staff has made. What an amazing year we've had. I've looked forward to every Saturday, even the rainy ones. Kelly and Taylor were so friendly, professional, approachable, and genuinely loved people. I've been wanting to express my gratitude from the first day of the market and let you know how much I appreciate you and your staff. Looking forward to next year. So I would like to give a little shout out here, if I can, as we wrap up the season, to Kelly Oswald and to Taylor Scanlon, our marketing intern, who, along with the entire marketing staff, really helped make this year very successful. So we're on to work for the 2023 season. So the other thing I would just share briefly is Sunday, October 30th, is going to be the Tinley Park Boo Bash from noon till 3, right in the center of downtown. We have 34 businesses that are partnering with us this year, 3 food vendors, our games, our bounce house, hay rides, all kinds of fun. So to see you there. Thank you.
Thank you, Donna. Yeah, I agree. They did a phenomenal job this year, so thank you to Kelly and her and your whole team.
Thank you.
Mr. Coleman.
Yes, I would like to say that the Community Development Department has opened up their inspections 5 days a week. The amount of inspections that we have was getting difficult to do them accurately in 3 days a week. So we have plumbing inspections 5 days. We're doing our inspections 5 days a week, and we are not seeing a slowdown. We are actually exceeding the amount of permits that were issued last year. We're almost at 2,900 already. So I felt that it was important. I worked it out with our outside consultants to give us flexibility with our schedule. And with the addition, and thanks to the board for that building inspector, we now are able to do our inspections 5 days a week. If there's corrections, we can go out there the next day, get them corrected, and we're just moving things forward a little bit more progressively. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Good, thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
Dan, you want to jump in, or no? You good? Next, we have item number 16, receive comments from the board. Anyone from the board care to comment?
I would.
Go ahead,
I
Colleen.
got something. I just want to share a couple events for our local veteran organizations. We have the American Legion will be hosting their annual shrimp boil on Saturday, November 19th, and that is going to be from 6 to 10 p.m. and is $12 if you get your tickets before 11:05, and then $15 at the door. And the American Legion is located at 17423 67th Court. And the other thing is the Tinley Park VFW will be hosting the Marty Salmon's Blues Fling. And that is scheduled for Sunday, October 30th. Tragically, Marty Salmon's passed away this past Saturday. So this event is, like they say in the entertainment industry, the show must go on. So they're making it the Marty Salmon's Blues Tribute. So that is, again, Sunday, October 30th from 5 to 9. Tickets are available at the canteen, the Tinley VFW, located at 172nd and Oak Park Avenue. And that is $20 if you purchase your tickets in advance, and $25 if you purchase them at the door. And this will be a day where our local musicians will gather to come together to honor his memory and legacy. I've known Marty, his music. I don't know him personally, but I know his music. He's been doing this Marty Salmon's Blues Fling in the American Legion and the VFW for the past few years. I do have some family members that are very close with him in the local music scene, so I just want to pass my condolences on to Marty's family and friends, and I hope they have a nice turnout to honor his memory on Saturday, October 30th. Thank you.
Thank you, Colleen. Anyone else care to comment?
I just want to thank the American Legion for the breakfast that they put on 2 weeks ago. Many of our staff members were there, including the mayor, and entertainment was great, and the food was just outstanding. It's very hard sometimes to get hot breakfast food, but they did. And the mother and daughter team that did the songs of the 40s, no, I don't remember them, Mike, but the, I thought I'd beat you to it, but it was just a grand morning to be able to spend the time with our veterans.
Is that it, Trustee Brady?
That's it, sir.
Okay, thank you. Clerk O'Connor?
I just would like to remind everyone that early voting will be at the Kelson Center starting on October 24th to November 7th. The hours are Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 4. for Will County residents in Frankfurt Township, the Frankfurt Public Library, 21119 Pfeiffer Road in Frankfurt. I would suggest you check their website because their hours vary quite a bit. So don't forget, early voting starts.
Thank you. Anyone else? No, I just want to welcome our building official, Mike Coleman, here today for our meeting. Thank you for coming, and our Deputy Fire Chief, Dan Rita, for coming today. So thank you very much for joining us. Anything else? Next is item 17, receive comments from the public. Anyone from the public care to comment? Can you hold on 1 second, ma'am, so she could set the clock?
Of course.
Okay.
Hi.
Got-
My name's Michelle Trajani. I reside at 9443 Parkwood Lane in Tinley Park. Hi, Mike. Just wanted to thank you all for allowing us to speak publicly today. We're here today to speak on behalf of 96 occupied townhomes of Brookside Meadows subdivision. I know that Mike Coleman has worked very closely with us, and I want to preface that we appreciate so much what you've done for us, but we wanted to come forward to share it with all the trustees and mayor. Crane Builders is the developer that developed our subdivision, and it's owned by Frank Bradley Sr. and managed by Frank Bradley Jr., and I know the village is very knowledgeable on them. I'm here today to express concerns that we have with Crane regarding safety issues, quality of build, lack of integrity. We have been tirelessly working with the builder and village officials well over a year, which includes the former Community Development Director, Kimberly Clark, and former building official, Jim Ostrom. For sake of time, I just figured I'd just run through the list so that we can get through it all. So the main thing that we're working on right now that we have very major concern with is improper construction of rear decks. We have two-story decks and single-story decks on at least 23 units. These decks were all green tagged by the village prior to occupancy. Some of these decks are as old as 12 to 13 years old. Some are as new as just a few months ago. In June of 2021, I personally contacted Jim Ostrom, the former building official, and requested the decks be inspected because the deck was moving while I was on it. The following day, he sent an independent inspector who was astonished with the poor construction. We were provided a long list of repairs that were never corrected. It should be noted that when Kimberly Clark was involved, she too expressed concern and advised us that she would fine Crane, potentially stop granting permits if they did not comply. No fines were charged, and they continued to build. This is going with no response from Crane. On September 1st, 22, 4 residents met Mike Coleman and contractor Tony Jeffrey of T&M Carpentry, who shared the same concerns as the first inspector. We are assured by Tony and Mike that the repairs would be done in 2 weeks, and per Tony, he had no restrictions on cost per Frank. Frank said, make it right. In addition, Mike Coleman stated that he would not approve permits until decks were properly repaired, and that was to begin in 2 weeks. Crane continues to build and has completed the remaining 4 buildings to close the final phase without penalty or restrictions. And to this date, our decks have not been even looked at. As it turns out, Crane determined they are not responsible for the repairs since the decks were green tagged by the village at the time of the build. We have been told that as of recent, the decks in question have been reverted to a red tag, and we are not sure what position that leaves us in. We have water seepage in multiple basements on both walkouts and standard basements in the townhomes. This issue was addressed on numerous occasions by multiple homeowners with Crane. Frank Jr. is managing the property right now. His fix for this, and I mean literally, is caulk. He caulks the outside base of the doors, the patio doors on the main level, because we have walkouts, and he caulks the windows frames. When that didn't work, they sent out Shaft Window Company, who wouldn't take the responsibility because they did not install the doors. Shaft Window had concerns not with product, but with installation. So finally, Frank Jr. hired someone to spray sealant on the rear of only 2 of our buildings. Only the units that spoke out the loudest, mine being one of them. One of the homeowners had so many problems with her walkout patio door, they hired an independent contractor who charged $3,500 to remove the door and properly install it. The door was not bolted into the frame and was set on top of rough concrete without seal or flashing to prevent seepage. In addition to water seepage in the lower area of the homes were designed without proper placement of downspouts to accommodate adjoining roofs. This has caused water to flow over the gutters like a waterfall and pooling into the berms along the sides of the front of the homes. In some cases, when this occurs in the winter melt, the water pools under the driveways, freezes, raises the driveway, floods the garages, which then it does freeze and it becomes an ice rink. We have addressed this with Crana, and there's nothing we can do. We do know that they're not using rebar or mesh. We're told that that was not code. We'd like to change that for future builds because it is not, we're having major problems with sinking of porches, everything. We have roof leaks in many of the homes. We are missing flashing that we've had to be repaired. So to date, from November 2021 to October 11th, we have put out $25,000 in costs out of our HOA. To give you some type of perspective, we currently have $52,000 in our reserve. That's it. This will bankrupt us if we have to continue to fix things. Irrigation, sprinkler systems, we have leaks throughout. We just received a $12,000 bill for water. We're trying to locate the leaks. It's poor construction. It's put up together fast for money, and that's it. We have gotten nowhere with him, and we're concerned because we do know that he does have permits to build on 191st Street, and this is going to continue. So we're very frustrated. We did ask for a meeting with you, Mayor Glotz, and unfortunately you weren't able to make it. We were disappointed in that because we really, Mike was there, because we would have valued your presence there because we wanted to share this with you to see that we're human and, you know, we love Tinley Park. I've lived here for 15 years, but with that being said, our taxes are $10,000 on a townhome.
Sorry, your time is up. Are you going to speak for everyone? If you have more to say, then if you want
It's
to.
all of us.
I'm sorry?
We're all in the.
I know, are you going to speak all individually? Or, so if you'd like, if you have more to say, if you want to ask the board for an extension, so the way that, and then they just have to approve the extension, because the time limit is 6 minutes. So if you're speaking for everyone and you'd like to ask for it.
Yeah, that's very nice of you. I would like to ask for
No
an
problem. How
extension.
many-
I won't be that long, I promise.
How much time would you like?
5 minutes, not even. That's
I'll make a
fine.
motion to grant an extension of 5
I'll
minutes.
second.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Madam Clerk, you call the roll, please?
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Thank you. So, Laura, can you set that to 5? And just before you continue, so you know, this isn't full, I have a day job. This isn't full-time, so that's why Mike was there. I couldn't make, I tried to rearrange my schedule, but be more than happy to obviously meet with you. It's just,
I respect that, appreciate that. Yeah, we weren't given an explanation, so
Okay.
appreciate that.
the floor is
so-
yours.
Thank you. So with all that said, you know, we looked at the, you know, consumer protection policy that's out there on the website for the Village of Tinley Park. And we were hoping that today we could plead with you to try and help us, because we are residents of Tinley Park. We do pay taxes. We do, I know everyone uses that, right? We pay taxes, so we own everything. It's not the case. But, you know, we do pay a lot in taxes. And with all of these issues that are going on, we're just very concerned and disappointed. And maybe it's because we don't understand the inner workings of the village. Maybe that's what it is. I'm trying to be fair and give the benefit of the doubt. But when you give permits to someone that's doing it quickly, they're building these townhomes, 4 units in 3 months. 3 months, they're done, from top to bottom. And they're doing things in poor quality. We have uneven floors that I can roll a pencil on and it'll roll right across my floor. We have warped hardwood. We have hardwood that is separating. We have nail pops is no big deal. But the leaky basements, we have creaks and floors that houses are a month old because they never screwed the subflooring down. We have broken tile in showers that when the tile is pulled off, there's no I don't call you masking or mortar behind it. It's completely empty. So this is just extremely poor quality, and it's not fair to us that we moved into the subdivision. And mind you, we pay a minimum of $127 every quarter for water to be piped in because we're smack dab in the middle of Mokina. Now, it's a beautiful area. I don't want to move. We were afraid to come here because we were afraid that it would be noted in the minutes and it would be open to the public to be able to view, and that would hurt us if we ever want to sell. So this is just something that we really wanted to voice our opinion, and we appreciate your time, and we hope that you hear us, and we hope that we can get your help. And we do appreciate you, Mike, just so you know that.
Final walk.
Oh, we have some residents that haven't been given final walkthroughs, and they've been there well over a year. We just want to give you some idea of character and also see our character here. We're not bad people, but we're just at our wits' end, and we don't know where to go. We've contacted an attorney, but it's expensive, and we can't afford it with the 52 grand that we have left. And that's after all the bills are paid, so.
No, I get it, and I'm sorry, I don't want to cut in your time.
No, it's okay.
I know he was whispering, why didn't you just say something else? Did you get it out?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So, obviously, it's not an excuse. No one on this board was here when that project was approved. While it's going on, Mr. Coleman, who, thank goodness that he chose to come here. He's doing an excellent job trying to stay on top of them. We're not involved with all the inner workings with that, but it most definitely will get involved in that, because that's disturbing. And actually, to be honest with you, this weekend, I was looking at line at one of those that were for sale over there. And so, we'll most definitely get a hold of you and sit down and get together. But before I comment about anything, I need to get filled in on all the details from Mike. But I'm more than happy to meet you. Is it possible you could leave your name and phone number with Laura?
Yes.
And I'll contact you. Laura's
Oh,
back there.
okay, yeah,
If you could just
absolutely.
leave it with her, I will most definitely call you tomorrow, and then we'll set something up after I get a chance to talk to Mike.
Absolutely,
And
absolutely.
Mike, I can just include you. I've been working with Dan and Mike. Mike's been working with Crana and coordinating with you guys. After he was done with that, we were planning to sit down with you guys. He just sent me an email early yesterday to
Yes.
get my availability for next week. So it's on the books. We're going to get it there. And then if you want to attend that same meeting, Mike,
Yeah.
That'd be great. Just
we
let me
could
know.
get that
Yeah.
together.
And we do understand that no one here really, most of the people that are here weren't present during the first time. But from our point of view, here's our question that we ask ourselves all the time is, how are permits granted? What's behind that? With no offense, but that's what we think, right, as a consumer, as a resident. So it's very concerning. Again, Mike has explained to us that the codes were very vague, and he's gone through that book, and he's almost doubled it in size. He's been very transparent with us. But the push is really with Tinley Park and the builder, because the responsibility, with all due respect, lies there. We have posts on these decks, 2 stories, that do not touch the ground. This is serious. This is not, we're not kidding here. It's not just movement. We have posts that they're nailed in, and the nails don't even reach the other board. Where the framing on the rails are, there's space. You know what they did? They caulked it to fill in that space. The posts are not bolted to the cement. I just want you to understand the seriousness of this. And the leaking in the basements, we're not finishing our basement because it's still leaking. So,
No, I get it, and most definitely gonna get involved. I'll contact you. I'll set up a time. I'll come out there. I'll probably want to ask Mike to meet out there, and actually, our Public Works Director, John Urbanski, I'd like to have him out there with us too as well. And we'll take a look at it, and we will do whatever we have to help you fix this, because it's not right. None of us were here. We're here to help you try and
Right.
fix it, and we will do everything we can to try and help you fix that, because it's disturbing.
yeah, and we appreciate that very much. so.
You're welcome.
Thank you for
Yeah,
coming out.
Thank you all for
Please
your
don't
time.
forget to leave your.
I will, absolutely.
Thank you.
And thanks again, Mike. I know I keep saying it, but you've been extremely helpful.
I have all their numbers too.
Anyone else from the public care to comment?
Good evening. Good evening. My name is Sam Safar. I'm the one who's playing for the liquor license, and you guys send me an email to present myself. So if you have any question for me,
No.
You're good.
I'm good. You're good to go.
You missed it, we passed you. It got denied.
Congratulations.
No, you're all good, so if you want to keep moving your process forward, I know Kristen's been in contact with you, and this is one of the steps you wanted to do first before you continue for your due diligence, but your due diligence is done as far as the board's concerned. We support you. We thank you for taking over a very successful business, and hopefully you make it more successful.
Thank you so much. Have a great night.
Thanks, Sam. Anyone else in the public care to comment? There is none. We'll move on to item, oh, sorry.
My name is Dennis Cummings. I live in Brookside Meadows, 19754 Mulray Circle. And I know all the problems that are going on over there. And my question is, when you have a builder, okay, that is doing the shoddy work, okay, are you allowed as a village to shut them down on future permits till they fix the problems from a preceding project?
You want to
So I
answer
think
that?
that's kind of a hypothetical question, but just to answer you, so if they're violating to code to the level that we consider an imminent public safety hazard.
It is.
I think the answer may be yes, but I'm not that familiar with this project, and I don't know if it's risen to that level, I mean, but, if gas was leaking and people were getting sick, if things were going on like that, and people's health is at risk, neighbors' health is at risk, those are the
Well-
type of things that trigger immediate action from us.
If somebody goes on a
It has to
deck,
be an imminent threat. It can't be speculative, but this could happen, or it might happen, or it might possibly happen. It has to be something that is happening or about to happen.
if somebody goes on a deck and it's not constructed right, at any given time, it could fall apart, and they're gone. They could actually get killed.
They could.
Okay,
possibly.
and that's what I'm
I don't know if
saying.
that's- And that goes back to my point. I don't know if that's imminent or not. If too many people get on the deck and it collapses, if one person goes out there, I just can't speculate on that. But if it were a situation where if somebody stepped on the deck and it was gonna collapse and fall over, yes. If, under that scenario, if they stepped on the deck and the deck was gonna crack away from the building and they were gonna we could do something about that. But if it's possible or probable, I mean, those are just, we can't act on those. It has to be public safety and health safety imminently at risk, happening, about to, just on the cusp of happening. That's when we can step in and really start acting, but it can't be speculative, or possible, or probable. It's gotta be almost happening, like a gas leak is happening, people are getting sick. Then we can shut them down, right? Does that make any sense to you?
Yeah, it does make sense, to a point, because I think that if people go out on a deck and it could collapse, that's imminent. Also, yesterday I was made aware of a building that was put up 11 years ago, and I know none of you were here before, at that point, but the weeping rope that you put at the bottom of the brick, okay, at this building, was not put in. That was 11 years ago. And now, and I had thought it was before I was made aware of it, I thought it was the grout, that was going up, that was all cracking. The brick is actually cracked 12 feet high all the way to the ground at the corner of the base. Because you can look at the whole building, and none of these weeping ropes are like all the rest of them. And how something could, Tinley Park inspector could let something like that happen is beyond me. And now we're gonna have to pay for that to get repaired. And that's just, like Michelle said, we don't have the money. And all this is from one man, and it's Crana. And I'm just saying to you, how are you going to give more permits when all of this is going wrong over in Brookside Meadows, and you're about to give permits at 191st and 80th Avenue, when you know that all of this is going wrong? I don't get it.
Well, I don't know that, but if you want me to take you at your word, I suppose, but I mean, I don't know that.
Well,
I just don't know that as I sit here.
yeah, you can talk to Mike.
Well, the attorney is here on the day
Yeah.
after every board meeting, so Mr. O'Grady will be here all day tomorrow, and Mike and Paul can sit down and he can bring them up to speed.
Sure.
Okay. That's all I have to say.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else from the have any comment? No, let the record reflect there are none. Item 18, Pat, I don't think you don't have anything for executive session? No. Can I have a motion to adjourn tonight's regular scheduled board meeting?
So moved.
Second.
Madam Clerk, will you call the roll, please?
Trustee Brady?
Yes.
Trustee Brennan?
Yes.
Trustee Mahoney?
Yes.
Trustee Mueller?
Yes.
Trustee Sullivan?
Yes.
Thank you. Motion carries. We are adjourned at 7:20 PM, and we will not be coming back. Thank you, everyone.